Welcome. Today we're diving into a really unique and detailed perspective on human existence, drawing from the work of Xu Feng. It's a worldview that tries to tackle some of the biggest, most profound questions we could possibly ask.
All right, let's just jump right into the deep end. It's the question that's haunted thinkers, philosophers, and probably every single one of us at some point. What is our purpose? Why are we here? Well, the text we're looking at today offers a very specific, very structured set of answers. So, here's how we're going to break it all down. We're going to look at 4 key pieces to build the whole picture. First, where we stand in the cosmos. Then, why our short lives are so incredibly valuable. After that, the spiritual rules of the game. And finally, we'll get to the ultimate purpose of it all.
So first up, where do we actually fit in the grand scheme of things? Well, according to this perspective, humanity isn't at the top of the pyramid, and we're not at the bottom either. Our position is way more interesting. It's described as a kind of cosmic transit station.
The core idea here is that being human isn't the final destination. Nope, it's more like a temporary stopover, a place you pass through. We're basically living in this in-between state, somewhere between the animal realms below and the angelic or celestial realms above.
And from this cosmic train station, there are pretty much 3 tracks you can go down. You can evolve, which means you ascend to higher levels by earning a lot of merit. You can stagnate, meaning you just come back for another go-around here on Earth. Or you can devolve, heading down to lower levels because you didn't earn any merit at all.
Okay, so let's move on, because this is where it starts to get really interesting. If life is just some temporary stop, you might be wondering, so what's the big deal? Well, according to this view, the fact that it's temporary is exactly what makes it so incredibly important.
This is the crucial point. This short time we have on Earth has absolutely massive consequences for whatever comes next. This isn't a practice run. Every single moment, every thought, every little thing you do is being carefully recorded, and it's all shaping the path your spirit takes after this life is over. The source material really drives this home, stressing that nothing, and I mean nothing, gets wasted. Your life is basically a detailed cosmic resume that determines your next move, whether you level up to what's called the Thousand-Year World or the Elysium World, or you go the other way.
This slide just lays out the choice so clearly, doesn't it? It's asking, what's the real prize here? Gaining all the treasures in the world but having your spirit devolve? Or maybe possessing nothing here on Earth, but ascending to a place where you get to enjoy 1,000 years of happiness? It really frames value in a completely different way. So that brings us to the meaning behind it all. If we're stuck in this cosmic transit station, getting tested every single moment, then what are the rules? What are the spiritual laws that are supposedly running this whole show?
Well, at the very center of this whole system is a being called the greatest creator. This being is described as the one and only source of the essence of life itself. The greatest creator is the one who put spirituality inside all of us and set up all the laws that the universe runs on. And this right here perfectly explains the main conflict we all face. We've got these 2 opposing forces inside us. Righteousness, which is all about spiritual growth, and evil, which is all about chasing material things. The path you feed, the one you choose to develop, that's what decides your final destination. Now, to explain how our spiritual essences are different, the text uses this fantastic analogy with gemstones. You know how gems are ranked by hardness and purity? It's the same idea with spirits. A top-tier spirit is like a diamond. A lower quality one, well, it's more like a common pebble. So our world, our society, is seen as this giant alchemical furnace. All the experiences, all the struggles, all the choices we make, it's all part of a process designed to refine our spiritual core. It's meant to burn away the impurities and separate the gold, the spirits that are ready to move up, from everything else. Okay, so we've got our position in the cosmos, we understand the value of every second, and we know the spiritual laws in play. So what's the point? What is the ultimate purpose of being human? Turns out the answer has 2 parts. The text is super direct about our primary purpose. It's to serve the source of all life, the greatest creator, and it's supposed to be as natural as the way plants and flowers serve us. But then there's a much more personal, hands-on purpose too. A huge part of our purpose is to transform our karma. You can think of this as settling up spiritual debts from past lives. And all the suffering and hardship we go through isn't random. It's the actual mechanism for paying back those debts. Now get ready for a wild idea. The text argues that our enemies, the people who hurt us, insult us, or betray us, are actually our greatest benefactors. I know, it sounds crazy, right? But the logic is that they are giving us the friction we need, the perfect opportunities to endure suffering and, in doing so, transform our karma. And this breaks the whole purpose down into a really clear 4-step path. First, you transform your old karma. Second, you stop creating new karma so you can break the cycle. Third, you go on the offensive and build up good merit by helping others. And finally, the highest step is to proclaim the glory of the greatest creator, which is said to be the ticket to the eternal Elysium world. So the ultimate takeaway from this whole worldview is pretty simple. Every single moment is a choice. Every thought, every action is your answer in a cosmic test that decides your eternal future. It's a perspective that gives our short time here an incredible amount of weight, leaving us with this one last pretty provocative thought.